नियतं कुरु कर्म त्वं कर्म ज्यायो ह्यकर्मणः शरीरयात्रापि च ते न प्रसिद्धेद कर्मणः.
Here Bhagavan is instructing Arjuna. Arjuna, you perform your prescribed and obligatory duties because action for you is far superior to inaction. And even basic bodily livelihood and maintenance would not be possible if you pursue inaction. Niyatam is prescribed. Kuru karma, perform actions and duties. Because why? Karma, action, jyayo hya karmanaha, is superior. So, in the Bhagavad Gita, except in some rare instances, Bhagavan gives instruction sometimes, or he gives declaration. He makes declaration of the truth. So before giving an instruction or before making a declaration of the truth, Bhagavan thoroughly explains his reasons for arriving at such conclusions. After a logical sequence of arguments, now he is telling Arjuna and he is instructing Arjuna to perform his duties. Since he says, for Arjuna, action is superior to inaction. Hitvam, for you. For who, and who is Arjuna? What is his state? One who is not yet ready for akarmana. Ultimate absorption, like the gulab jamun that we talked about that absorbs in the syrup. He is not yet ready for that stage. When the dough is being kneaded, you can't pour the sweet liquid and get a gulab jamun. You have to first get it ready to be able to be in a state for absorption. So Arjuna is still not, the kneading is going on for him. So at that stage, for you, when you are not ready for that ultimate absorption, and not only that, you are aware that you are not ready. You are not the deluded person, the Vimudhatma, who is rejecting that you are not ready. You are aware and you acknowledge the fact that not only are you not ready, but progress takes time and also happens in stages. And you are going through the stages. For you, there are prescribed duties which are obligatory in nature. The niyatam karma. The niyatam karma means prescribed duties. And these prescribed duties are of two types. The first one is nitya karma. Nitya karma are daily duties or regular duties. Duties which are indispensable for robust living. For example, sleeping. Without sleep, after some time, we'll all be exhausted. Robust living is not possible. Bathing, eating, daily worship, paying bills, following rules. Duties which are indispensable for robust living. And the second type is naimittika karma. Naimittika karma means karma that is there because of nimitta. Nimitta means occasion. Duties that are demanded of you because of the occasion. Together, these two duties and the naimittika karma, they arise because, how does the occasion arise? The occasion arises either because of one's vocation, which is profession, a role, position, circumstances. These are the ones that lead to naimittika karma. So going to office is a naimittika karma. Feeding your baby is a naimittika karma for the mother. Looking after a friend who is unwell, circumstantial, is a naimittika karma for the friend. So together, these two, nitya karma and naimittika karma, they make niyatam karma. And niyatam karma are karmas or duties that bind us, which we ought to do, we must do. So in this case, what is Bhagavan leading to? He is telling Arjuna again and again and again, you ought to fight. O Arjuna, you are the king, you are the protector of the masses, of the subjects, and at this point in time, your niyatam karma demands that you fight. For a soldier who is in the war field, who is in the battlefield, the karma is to fight. For a surgeon who is in the operation theatre, the karma is to operate, whoever it may be, his son or daughter, doesn't matter. And sometimes one of them takes precedence over the other. For example, it is okay to not eat or not cook, which is also a duty, if you have to go and take care of, let's say, your friend who is unwell. So one can take precedence over the other. And Bhagavan says, hitvam, for you. These are niyatam karma, prescribed duties. And these are jayo akarmanaha, superior than inaction. These prescribed duties. And if these prescribed duties are not performed, then what? Apite sharira yatra. Even your bodily journey. What is the bodily journey? Bodily journey has two parts. One is the maintenance of the body, and the other is the use of the body for your sustenance, for your profession, or whatever it may be. Even your bodily journey, which is maintenance and use, na prasiddhyeda karmanaha, would not be possible by inaction. When you're in this stage and you close down your eyes and say, I'll meditate, forget about attaining Chitta Shuddhi. You will not even be able to maintain your physical body. You will not even be able to perform your role in whichever role you are. And you will not even be able to complete this bodily journey which is required for you to complete. In some cases, life may go on, but the beauty of living will go away.